Welcome to the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast.
Yeah.
Get ready for a journey into the extraordinary. We've got two wild tales from the world of flash fiction featuring young heroes facing some pretty incredible odds.
Right.
The Glimmering Glade and the Shifting Forest.
I like those titles.
Yeah, they're very evocative. And our journey today is to kind of uncover how these young protagonists use their unique abilities and the power of their environment to protect their homes and build new futures.
Exactly. We're looking at two very different scenarios, but both kind of highlight the power of resourcefulness in the face of danger. In the Glimmering Glade, you'll meet Anya and Theo, the last of the Lantern Keepers, whose light is a fragile defense against this encroaching darkness. Their sanctuary is under threat, putting them in a desperate fight for survival.
And in our second flash fiction story, The Shifting Forest, we encounter another Anya and her brother Bran.
Another Anya.
Yeah. Different character. And they're part of a colony of camouflaged creatures whose moss-covered home is targeted by invaders seeking resources. Their defense lies in their incredible ability to manipulate their surroundings.
Wow.
So, two stories, two very different kinds of power at play. Let's dive into the Glimmering Glade.
Okay.
So the opening of the Glimmering Glade immediately throws you into a world that's like teetering on the edge.
Yeah, it's like on the brink.
The forest is like eerily still.
Right.
Filled with this palpable sense of fear.
You can feel it.
These predators with unsettling, glowing yellow eyes are closing in. Anya and Theo are the last hope. Their light, this fragile barrier for their glade. What's particularly striking is the detail that Theo's light is weakening. You can really feel the urgency of their situation.
Yeah. And amidst all this fear, Anya emerges as this incredible source of strength. She says to Theo, "Fear feeds the darkness." It's such a simple yet profound statement. It speaks volumes about their role. Their light isn't just for illumination. It's actively pushing back this encroaching evil. It's their weapon, their shield, this fragile net of luminescence. But you get this real sense that the darkness is relentless. It's growing stronger every night.
Yeah. And what do you make of that dynamic, the light versus dark? I mean, obviously there's the literal light and dark, but there's also this metaphorical light and dark.
Yeah. I think what's fascinating here is how the author uses this interplay of light and darkness to represent not just a physical struggle, but also like a psychological one, you know?
Right.
The darkness embodies that despair, the overwhelming nature of fear, while their light represents hope, resilience.
Right.
Anya's understanding that succumbing to that fear only empowers the darkness is a crucial insight. It's this reminder that in any challenging situation, maintaining a sense of agency and hope is vital.
And then, just when the tension feels like it can't get any higher, the story throws in this really unexpected twist, a crash, a surge of predators, and in that moment of desperation, Anya uses her light as a shield. But then, this pulse of pure silver light appears. It's not from them, and it repels the creatures, revealing this depression in the earth and this mysterious object at its center. I mean, talk about a game changer.
Yeah, the introduction of this external force completely changes the trajectory of their struggle. It's this really good reminder that unexpected interventions, things outside of our immediate control can really alter what seem like insurmountable situations. The discovery of that depression and the object signals a potential turning point.
Right.
It's offering a glimmer of hope where there was only desperation. And it raises the question, like, how often in our own lives do we overlook unexpected resources or opportunities that could offer a way forward?
And this object turns out to be this incredible shard described as not stone, not crystal, but something that sang with the forgotten song of starlight.
That's such beautiful imagery.
And when Anya touches it, this jolt of power surges through her, making her light stronger, brighter than ever before. It's like she's tapped into this ancient power source.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just a little boost. It's a fundamental enhancement of her core ability.
Notice how this isn't just a minor improvement. It's a fundamental enhancement of her core ability.
Right.
This shard acts as this catalyst, unlocking a latent potential within her. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes what we need isn't necessarily something new, but a way to amplify the strengths we already possess. Theo's immediate observation, it amplifies us, suggests that this power isn't just individual, it has the potential to strengthen their community as well.
And that amplification has this immediate, tangible effect.
Yeah.
Their combined, now empowered light doesn't just push back the darkness more effectively, it starts to reveal their world in a completely new way. Suddenly, hidden paths, overgrown trails appear, leading out of the glade. It's like their limitations have suddenly been lifted.
What's fascinating here is the shift from a defensive posture to one of potential expansion.
Mm,
For so long, their existence has been defined by survival within the glade's boundaries. The emergence of these hidden paths signifies a move from simply reacting to threats to proactively seeking new possibilities. It highlights how overcoming immediate challenges can sometimes reveal entirely new horizons.
And Anya really internalizes this shift.
Right.
She reflects on their past retreat, hide, survive, and contrasts it with the new possibilities offered by the shard, this beacon and a promise.
Right.
It's no longer just about clinging to existence, but about the potential for something more.
Absolutely.
It's a real turning point in her mindset.
That contrast really underscores the transformative power of hope.
Mm,
When we are solely focused on survival, our vision really narrows. But when we gain a sense of possibility, our perspective broadens, and we begin to see opportunities where we previously only saw threats. The shard provides not just power, but also a renewed sense of purpose.
Then Theo asks the question, other glades, and it just explodes the scope of their world.
Yeah.
And Anya takes it even further, thinking about ways to make new ones.
Yeah.
It's this incredible leap from just trying to survive to actively creating new sanctuaries.
Absolutely.
What does this tell you about adapting to change?
This demonstrates a crucial aspect of resilience, which is the ability to adapt and reimagine the future in the face of change. The shard didn't just solve their immediate problem, it inspired them to think beyond their current limitations and consider a larger, more expansive future. It's a powerful example of how overcoming adversity can foster innovation and a desire to build something new.
And they don't just sit on this realization, they gather the remaining Firefly nymphs, and the image of their lights burning brighter together, empowered by the shard, is so hopeful. The shard becomes the symbol of exploration, of rebuilding. And significantly, the predators, who were this terrifying force at the beginning, now retreat from this amplified light.
Right.
It's a really visual representation of hope and collective power overcoming fear.
It's important to remember that the story frames this not as a final victory, but as the start of a new journey.
Right.
They're no longer defined by their vulnerability, but by their courage and their newfound potential. The terms trailblazers and seeds are particularly resonant. They are carrying the potential for new beginnings, not just for themselves, but for the wider forest.
Exactly. It's a fantastic way to conclude that first flash fiction story, leaving you with this real sense of possibility. Okay, so let's shift our attention now to the shifting forest.
Okay.
This tale drops us into a completely different kind of danger. Here, it's not these shadowy predators, but resource-seeking invaders whose heavy footsteps actually make the forest floor tremble. And our young protagonist this time is also named Anya,
Okay.
but she has a different gift, the ability to blend seamlessly with the moss of her home.
This story presents a very different kind of threat. Not this primal force of nature, but something more calculated and potentially more destructive,
Right.
the exploitation of resources. Anya's ability to camouflage herself highlights a different kind of strength. The power of observation, of blending in, of understanding your environment intimately. It speaks to the idea that sometimes the most effective defense is not brute force, but subtlety and guile.
And this connection to her environment is absolutely key.
Yeah?
Anya and her brother Bran are part of a colony with this amazing gift of camouflage, the ability to shift their shape, their colors, to blend seamlessly with their verdant world. It's like they are a living part of the forest itself. And Bran, he communicates through this moss song,
Oh, wow.
which is such a beautiful detail. It really emphasizes their connection to the forest.
Right. The moss song isn't just a charming detail. It suggests a level of communication and understanding of their environment that goes beyond human comprehension. Their camouflage isn't just a visual trick. It's integral to their survival, their culture, and their identity. It underscores the idea that true strength can come from a deep harmony with one's surroundings.
And they use this gift in this incredible way. Their brethren transform into these living mosaics of leaf and stone, becoming this unseen army.
Wow.
The invaders, completely unaware, march right into the clearing, focused only on the valuable old-growth trees, totally blind to the silent protectors all around them.
Wow.
It's a fantastic example of using your perceived weaknesses as your greatest strength.
This scenario beautifully illustrates the power of strategic thinking. By leveraging their natural abilities and the invaders' lack of awareness, they create a formidable defense without a direct confrontation. The invaders' focus on the old-growth trees highlights their narrow perspective, their inability to see the forest for the resources.
And then comes this pivotal moment where Anya whispers, "Focus." And the forest itself seems to come alive. A shimmer ripples through the clearing, and suddenly the forest becomes this living puzzle. Trees twist, rocks reform, paths vanish, vines sprout, the ground turns treacherous.
It's like the whole forest is fighting back.
Right. It's like they're weaponizing their entire environment. What does this tell you about the power of collective action?
This showcases the incredible potential of coordinated effort. Anya's whispered command triggers a widespread transformation, demonstrating that their individual abilities, when focused and unified, can create a force far greater than the sum of their parts. It's a powerful metaphor for how communities can leverage their collective strengths to overcome external threats.
And the invaders' reaction is exactly what you'd expect. Confusion quickly turns to outright fear as they realize they're trapped. Anya feels this grim satisfaction, which is understandable. For so long, they've been seen as these strange, almost mythical creatures, monsters, changelings, and now that very reputation is working in their favor, sowing fear and uncertainty in their enemies.
Yeah.
How does perception play a role in this conflict?
This highlights the power of perception in shaping outcomes.
Right.
The invaders' preconceived notions about the forest inhabitants, likely based on fear and misunderstanding, now become a weapon against them. Their fear of the unknown amplifies the effectiveness of the forest transformations. It's a reminder that sometimes our reputations, even if negative, can be strategically leveraged.
The invaders' leader, completely panicked, pleads for mercy, saying, We mean no harm, we'll leave." But Anya, still hidden, remains a part of the mossy landscape. The leader, looking around, doesn't just see a forest. He sees 100 watchful eyes, the ground itself shifting against him. It's such a powerful image of the forest's silent but potent defense.
Anya's continued concealment reinforces the sense of an unseen, pervasive threat. It's a psychological tactic that amplifies the invaders' fear and underscores the fact that their intrusion has not gone unnoticed.
Right.
The leader's perception of the forest as a sentient, watchful entity signifies a complete shift in his understanding of the environment.
And he makes this solemn promise, swearing, "On our ancestors, we will never return this forest. It is yours."
Wow.
It feels like a really significant moment.
Yeah.
This hard-won respect, this truce forged through fear and the display of their unique power.
Yeah, the weight of that promise, extracted under such duress, suggests a potential long-term impact.
Right.
It indicates that the invaders have not just been deterred, but perhaps fundamentally changed in their understanding of the forest and its inhabitants. It raises the question of whether fear can sometimes be a catalyst for respect.
As the invaders retreat, stumbling through the maze they inadvertently helped create, the forest slowly returns to its natural state. Anya feels this wave of exhaustion, recognizing that their gift isn't brute strength, but guile, and that constantly shifting the forest takes a toll. It's a reminder that even incredible abilities have their limitations and costs.
Absolutely. This acknowledgement of exhaustion adds a layer of realism to their victory.
Right.
It underscores that even most ingenious strategies require effort and sacrifice. It also hints at the ongoing need for vigilance and the understanding that their defense is not effortless.
Bran asks this crucial question, will it be enough? And Anya's response, as she watches the moss reclaim the invaders' footprints enough for today, it's both a moment of relief and a subtle acknowledgement that future threats are always a possibility. It's not a permanent solution, and a hard-earned moment of peace.
Yeah. That final line perfectly captures the cyclical nature of challenges and the often temporary nature of solutions. It highlights the importance of living in the present while remaining aware of potential future threats. It's a pragmatic approach, acknowledging the immediate victory while preparing for what might come.
But for that moment, the forest has shifted, reshaped itself, and triumphed. They are hailed as the mossy monarchs, this wonderful image of protectors so deeply intertwined with the land they defend that they become one and the same. And even the trees offer this silent approval. Vanya feels this quiet certainty that, for now, their kingdom was safe. It's a really satisfying, albeit temporary, conclusion.
Both of these flash fiction stories, in their own unique ways, illustrate the incredible resilience and ingenuity that can be found in unexpected places.
Mm.
Whether it's the luminous defiance of the Lantern Keepers or the camouflaged cunning of the Mossy Monarchs, we see young heroes tapping into their unique gifts and the power of their environment to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges.
Thinking back to Anya and Theo's journey, that discovery of the ancient shard wasn't just about boosting their light. It fundamentally altered their perspective, shifting them from a mindset of just surviving to one of active exploration and creation.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder what unexpected resources or hidden potentials might exist in your own life, waiting to be discovered and reshape your own path.
Yeah, that's a really powerful thought. And considering the inhabitants of the shifting forest, their innate ability to transform their surroundings into a formidable defense really highlights the power of adaptability and the strategic use of your inherent strengths when facing external pressures. What can their story teach you about the resources you might already possess, perhaps even overlooking, that could be key to navigating your own challenges? It really makes you think.
Yeah, these tales really leave you with this profound understanding that even those who might seem the smallest or most vulnerable can become extraordinary protectors and agents of change. It all comes down to embracing your unique gifts and understanding the power of your surroundings. It prompts you to consider what seemingly ordinary resources or abilities might you be overlooking that could hold the key to navigating your own challenges and forging your own path forward.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
definitely something to think about. And that brings us to the end of our journey into these two remarkable flash fiction stories. Thank you for joining us on the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast. We hope these tales have sparked your imagination and offered you some new perspectives on the challenges and possibilities in your own life.
Make sure to rate and follow the show for more captivating stories from the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast. We'll catch you next time for another thrilling adventure.